So dear all, let's focus upon refraction through the prism beta. When we talk about beta refraction, basically refraction जो है, this is the phenomena in which the incident ray of light, it changes its direction when it enters from one medium into another medium, provided the refractive indices of the two media, these are totally different, then the change in the path is definitely there. And if the two media, they are having same refractive index, then we may not be observing the change in the path of the ray of light. So not going into the much details that what do we mean by refraction, what are its different related applications and all that. Our today's point will be just for the refraction through the prism beta. So let's without any delay begin with this refraction through beta prism. Now, dear children, in order to have this idea discussed, we should be first of all drawing the prism, and in this case, beta, our very must important priority rather is that we should be beta marking the different angles. Let it be marked as A, B, C, and this is our angle of prism, and we generally say that this is A. It's already written, I'm not repeating that beta. Now, as per our beta discussions ahead, you have seen in the practicals also that approximately in the middle, you will be marking a point. Please see step by step how I'm conveying you the things. Approximately mark the midpoint on this side of your prism beta. Then, dear children, you draw the normal over here. This is the normal you are drawing at this point beta. After drawing the normal, you may mark it as the normal n beta. And after you mark this normal, dear, just draw a ray of light that is in the form of a line. After drawing this particular line, you will be seeing that this line is making an angle, say I, with this normal. We will be calling this as angle of incidence I beta. In the case of our actual setup, we were then having the two pins drawn, or two pins pointed over or erected over this particular line beta. Now beta dear, when this ray of light is entering from this medium is beta air, and here this medium, this is pure glass, refractive index approximately 1, refractive index approximately 1.5. Your ray of light is entering from air into the glass, and we expect that it should be bending towards the normal, and here it goes with us. So I mean to say that let us say this is angle R1, angle of refraction at this particular point beta. Now the point where this ray strikes the other boundary of the prism, we may draw the normal at this point again. So we can extend this normal in the backward direction also. Let this normal be called as beta n dash normal. Now again focus upon this ray of light at the interior of your beta glass prism. It is moving from glass into the air now beta. When it will be entering air from the glass, the ray is suffering beta again refraction, because it is now moving from denser to the rarer medium, and we expect it to bend away from the normal, and here it goes beta. And this is our angle of emergence E, and we should be marking the rays of light side by side also. This is our emergent ray beta, and here this is our incident. It is our incident ray of light, and this is refracted ray of light. I am not writing it because it will be overcrowded over here then. And here this angle, let me call this as R2. This is angle of incidence at this face for the outgoing ray. This is angle of incidence for this ray which is incoming towards this prism beta. Now we might be aware of the fact that the total deviation suffered by the incident ray of light may be represented by angle of deviation. I am just extending this ray of light in this manner, and I extend this ray also. You can focus upon this particular angle beta. This is angle, which is the angle between the incident ray when extended in the backward direction and the emergent ray beta. We call this as angle of deviation, and we generally mark this angle as angle delta. And angle of emergence we have written as E, angle of deviation as delta, angle I, angle R1, angle R2. We have marked all the angles. Now our turn is further to have at this point beta written this particular angle also. Let us imagine that beta, this small angle, if you can view beta, this small angle just above R1, and here this small angle just above angle R2. This angle I am writing as beta delta 1, and this angle, this one, I am writing as angle delta 2 beta. Now, furthermore, uh, we will be making use of the very popular property of our geometry that the angle outside the triangle formed by any two lines is equal to the sum of the opposite two interior angles of that triangle. See, this particular line, these are meeting at this point, beta, this angle, and you can have this very, very small triangle formed in the interior. This is angle delta 1, this is angle delta 2, and here this is the exterior angle delta. So we can say that the exterior angle delta is equal to the sum of the opposite interior angles inside the triangle. So I'm writing that beta over here, your delta that is equal to delta 1 plus delta 2. Again, I am repeating the property that this is the angle outside this particular small triangle. This angle is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles, and the interior angles we have marked as delta 1 and delta 2. Dear all, if we focus upon further this whole concept, this will also be equal to beta your angle I R1 plus delta 1, sorry, not I, R1 plus delta 1, and we expect it to be equal to I because these are vertically opposite angles. Let me write beta. I can say that I is equal to your R1 plus delta 1 angle. These are the vertically opposite angles at this point. On the same way, this angle, whole angle, this is equal to angle E. I can say that angle E, this is equal to your angle R2 plus delta 2 beta. So in this manner, we can mark these two particular equations as such. Now, over here, we intend to go for with delta 1 and delta 2 beta. So I can mark this as equation number 1. From here and here, I can work out my delta 1 and delta 2. So dear children, delta 1 from this place, it will be I minus R1, and from here, delta 2 will be equal to beta E minus R2. So both these values can be substituted in equation number 1, and let's do that beta. We will be having that the total deviation suffered is equal to then delta 1 is I minus R1 as such plus delta 2, this is E minus R2 beta as such. Now dear children, let's again rearrange the terms. Delta, this is equal to your I plus E minus R1 plus R2. I can write in this manner as such. So furthermore, this is R1 plus R2. I can say that this is equation number beta 2. So dear children, in order to go far with the further details of the same setup, again focus upon this small triangle. Not this one, rather the below this, let this point be called as point O. Let me mark this point as point L. Let me mark this point as point M. Triangle LOM. Focus upon this triangle beta. Triangle LO and M beta. The triangle just below this small triangle we were talking about. Over here, R1 plus R2 plus O, sum of the interior angles of the triangle, that is angle R1 plus angle R2 plus angle O, this is 180 degree, because the sum of the angles of a triangle is always 180. I can leave these signs. I can say that R1 plus R2 plus O, this is 180 degree beta. Again, focus upon this geometrical figure ALOM. In this sort of trapezium, the opposite angles, they have the sum equal to 180 degree. I mean to say that angle A plus angle O, this is, dear children, 180 degrees. These two can be better compared. Why to compare these? Because both the equations are having the different angles whose sum is equal to 180 degrees simply. So on this basis, beta, we can compare these two equations, and on comparison, we will be definitely getting something out of these two equations. And let's do that. A plus O, it is R1 plus R2 plus O. So dear students, this angle O is common on both the sides and getting cancelled. So angle A, it may be marked as R1 plus R2. And now just focus once again upon equation number 2. In place of this R1 plus R2, I can mark as angle A beta. So dear children, delta, this is equal to I plus E minus angle A beta. And on rearranging the terms further, I can say that I plus E, this is equal to A plus delta. This is the most prominent or famous equation, because we have completed it in the practicals also. In the practicals, you were having the calculation of the different angles while performing the experiment in order to calculate the refractive index of the material of the glass prism. So dear all, let me write this equation separately, because I will be needing it. I will be writing it in a little bit bold letters. That is angle I plus angle E is angle A plus angle delta beta. So dear children, before I proceed with the discussion ahead, so let me know that you are getting the things as such clearly or not. Dear Ananta, Bhavneet, Harshit, Jaskaran, Mihir, Mayank, Navneet, Nikhil, Sadhav, Yashdeep. These children are present with me beta. So dear all, कोई भी आपको दिक्कत है तो बता दीजिए. I can repeat the steps बेटे. Yes बेटे. Nikhil, all clear. Very nice beta. Ananta Putter, Bhavneet, Harshit, Jaskaran. Good बेटे, good. I have not put you on the mute. बेटे निखिल एंड साधव, आप साथ साथ नोट कर रहे हो कि नहीं? रे डायग्राम्स स्पेशली निखिल एंड साधव.
Yes, sir.
साधव बेटा.
Yes, sir.
Very good, beta. Very good. Keep it up, beta. So that's expected from your sides. Anytime the announcement may be there that your exams are starting from this particular day. And I hope that you will be too much happy to hear this announcement that these exams are starting from this particular day, because you are already fully prepared. So dear all, let me take you to the further different relationships related to our prism. Let's have this case discussed ahead, beta. Now, beta, let me have the idea that if we have this prism as a small angled prism, what do we mean by small angled prism? In the laboratory, when we were performing this experiment, we obviously say that this angle of prism is equal to 60 degree beta. But when we talk about the small angle prism, this angle is not 60. This is very small angle in comparison these two angles, and it is never 60 degree. It is very less angle. Now, dear children, for this small angle prism, now our discussion has been shifted to the small angle prism, not the prism which is having angle A as angle 60 degree. Focus at point L, beta. At the point L, when we talk about the refraction taking place, we say that refractive index of glass with respect to air, this is equal to sine of angle I divided by sine of angle R. This is beta your most famous Snell's law. Angle I, angle R, इनके sine की ratio. This gives us refractive index, and this is the particular way to write the refractive index. Repeat कर रहा हूँ बेटा मैं फिर से. जिस मीडियम से जिस मीडियम में जा रही है, जिस मीडियम में एंटर की है, वी आर राइटिंग इट एट द बॉटम, और जिस मीडियम से आ रही है रे, वी आर राइटिंग इट एट द टॉप. रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर साइन आई अपॉन साइन आर बेटे. और डियर चिल्ड्रन, अभी we have discussed that we are taking the case of very small angled prism, and if it is so, our angle I and angle R, both these angles are expected to be very, very small, and in that case this is approximately equal to I upon R beta, approximately. So because this is the case of refractive index, rather absolute refractive index, I may mark simply it as mu also. It is equal to I upon R, or rather this is not simply R, this is R1. I can mark it as R1. So dear, I angle, this is equal to mu R1. I can mark it as such also. Now let us try to apply Snell's law on the farther face of our prism, that is at this point, at the point M. When we will be applying Snell's law at point M, we say that this ray of light is moving from glass into the air. So I will be writing that refractive index of air with respect to glass, this is equal to sine of angle I. See, this is angle I in this case, and I have marked it already equal to R2. So this is sine of angle R2 divided by sine of angle, this is your E now. Angle R is equal to angle E. Again, because it is the case of small angled prism, we can say that, and furthermore, beta dear all, try to remember the principle of reversibility of light, according to which refractive index of air with respect to glass is reciprocal of the refractive index of glass with respect to air. So I can say that this can be written as refractive index of glass with respect to air, and these angles are very small. It may be R2 upon E, and R2, this may be written as simply mu because it is absolute refractive index. So R2, this is equal to mu into E beta. So we have calculated not only R1, we should not be writing it as such. Let me rewrite it. We will be having that beta, this should be written in the reciprocal manner. It is not like this. It is 1 by refractive index of glass with respect to air. Ulta karna padega. Principle of reversibility of light. And it may be written as 1 by mu is equal to R2 upon E. Let's cross multiply. E is equal to mu R2. So we have calculated not only I but E also. Now these two values can be substituted in this equation, which we have marked separately as such, written separately. So let me rewrite this equation at this particular place. I was having with me that my I plus E, this equation I'm rewriting. I plus E, this is equal to A plus delta. In place of I will be writing mu R1. Mu R1 in place of E, this is mu R2, this is equal to A plus beta your delta. And furthermore, mu can be taken common. Mu, when it is taken common, we have R1 plus R2 to be equal to A plus delta. Just now we have proved that angle R1 plus R2, that is equal to A. By chance that equation is not written with me now. I have rubbed that equation. I can rewrite that beta, that our angle R1 plus R2, we proved in the initial stage that R1 plus R2, this is equal to A. So here I can place this value as such. This is mu A is equal to A plus delta. This A can be shifted to this side beta. So mu A minus A, this is equal to delta or dear all, delta, this is equal to A can be taken common, and mu minus 1 into A, you will get another relationship. Delta is equal to mu minus 1 into A beta. तो ये relationship बेटे, we oftenly come across this relationship while going through the different type of refractions discussed with the prism, maybe small angled, maybe beta large angled prism. Now, so these are the two important relationships related with your prism beta. Now the third relationship is very, very important, that is beta prism formula. Before starting with that beta, I would like to ask Mihir Mayank beta. Beta, is everything clear, dear children? Mihir Mayank.
Yes, sir.
बेटे कोई दिक्कत वाली बात, कोई परेशानी वाली बात, कोई मुश्किल वाली बात तो नहीं है?
नो सर।
वैसे तो चलिए आप काफी बार कर चुकी हो, अब आप रेडी हैं एग्जाम्स के लिए, बट फिर भी अगर बेटे कोई भी पॉइंट आपको लगे आप जरूर बताइए. आई विल बी वेरी हैप्पी टू रिपीट दैट पॉइंट. क्लियर बेटा? ओके बेटे, लेट्स बेटे प्रोसीड फर्दर. इसके बाद बेटे मैं प्रिज्म फॉर्मूला पे फोकस करूंगा कि प्रिज्म फॉर्मूला हम कैसे डिराइव कर सकते हैं. तो बेटे ये जो डेरिवेशन है इन पर्टिकुलर कंसेप्ट्स के साथ रिलेटेड, ये आपको बेटे जो है 2 और 3 मार्क्स में पूछी जा सकती है. सो लेट अस बेटे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल डिस्कस मिनिमम deviation. What do we mean by the minimum deviation in the prism beta? Beta, when we talk about the deviation, we say that this is the angle at which the incident ray deviates from the emergent ray, or I can say in the reciprocal manner also that the angle at which the emergent ray is different from your incident ray of light. अब बेटे मिनिमम डिविएशन तब होगा, बड़े ध्यान से सुनिएगा, जब ये वाला रे इस बेस के पैरेलल होगा. ये हम अपने आप नहीं कह सकते, वी हैव टू प्रूव दिस थिंग आल्सो. हमें प्रूव करके बताना पड़ेगा जी ये इसके पैरेलल है, तभी हम बात मानेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं. मिनिमम डिविएशन में आपका जो एंगल डेल्टा है, इट बिकम्स द लीस्ट एंगल. हमेशा याद रखो पुत्र, देयर इज वन एंड ओनली वन एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस for which your delta that becomes minimum. एक से ज्यादा एंगल्स नहीं हो सकते जिनके लिए डेल्टा आपका जो है मिनिमम होगा. एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस की बात कर रहा हूं बेटे. मैं रिपीट करूंगा पूरा स्टेटमेंट. देयर इज वन एंड ओनली वन एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस corresponding to which your delta, it has the least value, it has the minimum value, and we say that this angle is angle of minimum deviation beta. तो मिनिमम डिविएशन की बेटे कंडीशन हमें पहले निकालनी पड़ेगी. कंडीशन निकालने के लिए अब डेल्टा को आप डेल्टा मिनिमम लिख सकते हैं. दिस इज व्हाट आई मीन टू से बेटा. कैसे लिखेंगे और हम बेटे किस तरीके से ये सारे का सारा जो सेटअप है ये बेटे लेके चलेंगे. इसको प्रूव कैसे किया जाएगा कि हमारे ये जो दोनों केसेस में डेल्टा मिनिमम और आपका ये रे इसके पैरेलल आ जाएगा. इस चीज को बेटा प्रूव करने के लिए लेट अस कंसंट्रेट अपॉन द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर. इस पॉइंट पे बात कर रहा हूं मैं. रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर बेटा ये आपका साइन आई अपॉन साइन आर. आर की जगह मैंने R1 लिख दिया. ये सिंपल स्नेल्स लॉ है और मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया. आप एल पॉइंट पे बेटा सिंपली स्नेल्स लॉ अप्लाई करके देख लीजिए. स्नेल्स लॉ आपको साइन आई बाई साइन R1 दे देगा, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर दे देगा. देन कम टू पॉइंट एम बेटे. एट पॉइंट एम बेटे आपका जो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ एयर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ग्लास है, it will be sine of angle of incidence is equal to R2 now beta. This is sine R2 divided by your sine of angle E beta. और बेटे आपने अभी अभी प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रिवर्सिबिलिटी ऑफ लाइट के बारे में आप बात कर रहे थे, जिसके अकॉर्डिंगली आपका ये वाला जो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स है दैट इज रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर है. इट इज रेसिप्रोकल ऑफ द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ एयर विद रिस्पेक्ट टू ग्लास. मैं लिख देता हूं रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर जो है ये वाला, ये इसके बेटे रेसिप्रोकल के बराबर होता है ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर के। तो आप ये दोनों वैल्यूज जो हैं सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकते हैं, इनकी ये जो वैल्यूज आपने निकाल रखी है। सो लेट मी, ये मैं थोड़ा टिल्ट कर लेता हूं इसको, लेट मी सब्स्टिट्यूट द वैल्यूज बेटे नाउ। इस रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एयर का वैल्यू आप ऑलरेडी निकाल चुके हो। दिस इज इक्वल टू योर साइन ऑफ एंगल आई अपॉन साइन ऑफ एंगल R1। दिस इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन दिस बेटा। तो ये सारा डिनोमिनेटर में आ जाएगा। इट विल बी 1 बाई साइन ऑफ एंगल R2 डिवाइडेड बाई साइन ऑफ एंगल E बेटे। एंड लेट अस रीअरेंज दिस इक्वेशन। साइन ऑफ एंगल I R1 साइन ऑफ एंगल E साइन ऑफ एंगल R2। तो बेटा यू कैन वेल इमेजिन कि ये दोनों जो इक्वालिटी साइन के लेफ्ट और राइट साइड पे दोनों पैरामीटर्स हैं, दोनों आपके जो ये एंगल्स की रेशो है ये बराबर आ रही है। ये बराबर होंगे कब, क्यों बराबर होंगे? ये तभी बराबर हो पाएंगे अगर आपका साइन आई साइन ई के बराबर होगा, और ये कब होगा? अगर एंगल आई एंगल ई के बराबर है। ऐसे ही डिनोमिनेटर भी बराबर आ जाने चाहिए। साइन R1 साइन R2 के बराबर आना चाहिए। इट विल मीन दैट R1 जो है R2 के बराबर आ जाना चाहिए बेटा। सो डियर चिल्ड्रन, मैं रिपीट करूंगा यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा आपको ये और ज्यादा क्लियर हो जाए। ये जो दोनों चीजें निकली हैं हमारी, these gave us the conditions for the minimum deviation to take place। इमेजिन कर लीजिए R1 और R2 आपके बराबर तभी होंगे ना अगर आपका ये जो रे है दिस इज एग्जैक्टली पैरेलल टू द बेस ऑफ द प्रिज्म। सेकेंडली आपका I और E जो है ये भी बेटे बराबर हो जाएंगे उस स्टेज पे। तो ये दो कंडीशंस वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड इन ऑर्डर टू अटेन द मिनिमम डेविएशन इन द प्रिज्म बेटा। So I am again retaining the diagram and returning to the calculation of the refractive index of the material of the prism। और आप देख सकते हो कि उस refractive index of the prism को कैलकुलेट करने में we know that mu जो है आपका ये बेटे साइन आई अपॉन साइन आर के बराबर होता है। इस इक्वेशन के लिए हम अपना जो है ये सारे का सारा कंसेप्ट सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करेंगे। आप अभी अभी इक्वेशंस बेटा लिख रहे थे, दैट इज एंगल आई प्लस ई इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस डेल्टा। फोकस एट दिस पॉइंट बेटा, आपका आई ई के बराबर है, और अगर आई ई के बराबर है तो आई कैन राइट आई प्लस आई इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस डेल्टा की जगह पे मैं डेल्टा मिनिमम लिखूंगा बिकॉज वी हैव ऑब्टेन्ड दिस कंडीशन फॉर द मिनिमम डेविएशन ओनली। सो ट्वाइस आई ए प्लस डेल्टा मिनिमम हो गया बेटा, और आई बन गया ए प्लस डेल्टा मिनिमम डिवाइडेड बाई 2। एंगल आई आपने वर्कआउट किया। ऐसे ही बेटे आप अपना जो एंगल आर है इसके लिए भी ये सारे का सारा सॉल्व कर सकते हो। एंगल आपका ए, एंगल ऑफ प्रिज्म जो था बेटा आपने अभी अभी कहीं यहीं लिखा था, दैट इज R1 plus R2 is equal to A। Just now we have written that R1 is equal to R2 under the minimum deviation condition। तो मैं दोनों को collectively R ही बोल देता हूं। तो it will be R plus R is equal to A, 2R is equal to A and R is equal to A by 2। तो dear children, you have not only calculated I but also R। सिंपली यहां पुट कर दीजिए, आपको अपना रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स मिल जाएगा। सो आओ बच्चों इसको वैल्यू को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दें। आई कैन डू इट एट द बॉटम। रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ द मटेरियल ऑफ दिस ग्लास प्रिज्म, साइन ऑफ एंगल आई यू कैन वेल सी ए प्लस डेल्टा मिनिमम डिवाइडेड बाई 2 डिवाइडेड बाई साइन ऑफ एंगल आर, दिस इज योर ए बाई 2 बेटा। सो इन दिस मैनर आप अपना जो प्रिज्म का केस है, प्रिज्म में रिफ्रैक्शन हो रहा है, इसके लिए अपना मिनिमम डेविएशन कंडीशन के साथ रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं। सो डियर चिल्ड्रन, आपने 3 अलग इंपॉर्टेंट रिलेशनशिप्स रिलेटेड टू द प्रिज्म वर्कआउट किए हैं। इनमें सबसे पहला आपका था आई प्लस ई इज इक्वल टू ए प्लस डेल्टा। Secondly, you calculated mu is equal to delta is equal to mu minus 1 into A, and thirdly you have calculated this refractive index. In the intermediate you have also gone through the different type of the conditions for the formation of the minimum deviation position, and what happens when the prism is a thin angled prism beta. So that was something related to your beta glass prism. Basics हैं ये आपकी glass prism के. Before I proceed further beta, let me know that सारे बच्चों को समझ आ गया है ये बेटे dear all. जसकरण बेटा, जसकरण बेटे, बेटे सारा समझ आ गया?
हाँ जी सर, आ गया।
कोई बेटे मुश्किल तो नहीं लग रही चीज?
नहीं सर।
गुड बेटे। यशदीप बेटा, यशदीप
यस सर।
बेटे ठीक है, चलें आगे?
हाँ जी सर।
ऑल राइट बेटे, ऑल राइट। चलिए बेटे, इसके बाद मेरे पास कंसेप्ट है जो हमारे पास डिस्पर्शन प्रिज्म में कैसे होता है. लेट अस ट्राई टू कंसंट्रेट अपॉन दैट फैक्ट. व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय द डिस्पर्शन taking place in the prism, and what is angular dispersion and what is dispersive power. These are the small topics which we are to cover for this prism also. Let us beta once again focus upon this glass prism beta and say that here this is point A, point B, C. In this case of this prism, we make this white ray of light, sunlight you can say, it is a mixture of 7 colors. It is incident on this prism, and here it starts splitting into 7 colors beta. These are the different colors, and imagine that beta here we have the screen. In order to go for or in order to obtain this pattern, this is as indicated beta in this manner. Or you must be knowing that the pattern is V, I, B, G, Y, O and R. This is your, let me tilt it little bit. This is your V, I, B, G, Y, O and R. In this case, with a violet color, it is having the least wavelength. Violet color, least wavelength. Red color, it is having the maximum wavelength. Red color, wavelength approximately 780 nanometers. And you can write it as 7800 angstrom also. And for your bit violet color lambda approximately 420 nanometers. You can mark it as 4200 angstroms also. Before we come up with the angular dispersion, dispersive power and all that beta, we should be knowing that what is the reason for this white ray of light to split into the 7 colors beta. This is basically explained on the basis of Cauchy's equation. Cauchy's equation, according to which beta mu is equal to A plus B by lambda square, C by lambda 4 plus so on. You can see mu is inversely proportional to square of the wavelength and its higher powers. Repeat कर रहा हूँ बेटा, refractive index is inversely dependent upon the square of the wavelength and its higher powers. मतलब ये हुआ, जिस कलर की वेवलेंथ ज्यादा है, रेड कलर की ऑब्वियसली ज्यादा है, उसके लिए ये जो मटेरियल है इसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स कम होगा. और अगर रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स बेटे म्यू कम है तो स्पीड बढ़ जाएगी और उसकी जो रिफ्रैक्शन है वो वेरी कर जाएगी. सेकेंडली, वो कलर जिसके लिए लैम्डा मिनिमम है उसके लिए म्यू ज्यादा है, और अगर म्यू ज्यादा है तो उसकी बेटे अगेन रिफ्रैक्शन एंड ऑल दैट वेरी कर जाएगा. मैं एक और इक्वेशन का यहाँ पे हेल्प ले रहा हूँ. You are remembering that delta is equal to mu minus 1 into A. पुत्र बहुत ध्यान से देखो, रेड कलर के लिए म्यू कम पड़ गया, और अगर म्यू कम पड़ गया तो डेल्टा जो है वो म्यू पे डायरेक्टली डिपेंडेंट है. रेड कलर विल डिविएट द लीस्ट. फिर से ध्यान दीजिएगा, रेड कलर मैक्सिमम वेवलेंथ एंड म्यू मिनिमम, delta directly dependent upon mu, it will also be minimum. Secondly, violet color, minimum wavelength, mu will be maximum for violet color, and delta, because it is directly dependent upon mu, delta will be maximum for violet color. So we say that beta delta red, this is less than delta violet, or you can say that violet color, it deviates the most, red color deviates the least, and this all can be based upon the basis of Cauchy's equation and all that. So dear children, अब मुझे time allow नहीं कर रहा है, आपकी next class का time है. So thank you all.